Hello and welcome, my Bloons Tower attackers. How you doing today? It's Chris here, and what I wanted to do today is discuss whether you should pre-order or pre-register for Bloons Tower Defense 6. So I'm going to kind of go over a quick pros and cons list for you guys, and then we're going to go over and just talk a little bit about what you're going to get out of this game, so hopefully you can make a decision for yourself. So first of all, if you guys haven't noticed by now, it is expected to be released on June 14th, 2018, so we've got just over a week here, and obviously we're really freaking excited. So if you want to catch more Bloons Tower Defense 6 news, and you want to make sure you don't miss anything about it, make sure you subscribe and hit that little bell button right next to it so you don't miss anything. But should you pre-order Bloons Tower Defense 6? Well, if you ask me, man, I'm biased, guys. I gotta be straight with you. I am absolutely biased, because I love Bloons Tower Defense 6. And I would tell you in a heartbeat, abso-freaking-fruitly, just get it. You're gonna love it. But we have to go deeper. We actually have to go further than that and talk about the possible positives and negatives in the game. So, the first thing that I'd like to say is that, the main pros are that obviously you're supporting a great company and you're getting what I think is going to be a great game. I haven't played it yet, so I can't promise you guys anything, but it looks amazing, and Ninja Kiwi has never let us down, on top of the fact that they've been developing this for several years and even took an extra 6 to 12 months extra to make sure that they delivered a solid, well-polished, good game to all the people who obviously love Bloons Tower Defense games. So, if you want to support a great company and you want to play an amazing game, well, bam, that's your number one biggest pro that you can have, guys. So, beyond that, if you enjoy Bloons Tower Defense games, well, we're not straying away very much from what the core gameplay is. Everything's pretty much the same with just a couple different new additive features. So if you like Bloons Tower Defense games and you just like tower defense games, well, this is probably going to be the best of the bunch. So those are your definite pros there, but we do have a few cons here, guys. First of all, well, there's not really a difference if you pre-order or don't pre-order. It's not like we're getting some like special new towers unlocked or special new bonuses for pre-ordering the game. So there's really no difference for us to pre-order here or just buy it on the day it gets released. So that's the number one con to pre-ordering. The number two con is that you haven't seen any gameplay yet. And the nice thing about Ninja Kiwi is that they are going to be super duper nice to some YouTubers out there, including myself, and they're going to give us Bloons Tower Defense 6 ahead of schedule. So, from what I've heard, they're going to release it to us on June 9th. Again, I'm not sure if I'm not supposed to say that, but they've never said anything about me not saying that. But we're going to get it about 5 days early, and you guys are going to get to see live, straight-up gameplay from people like me and from other YouTubers out there who are going to show you the biggest, best Bloons Tower Defense 6 things you're ever going to see. So if you're even cautious about it whatsoever, at least wait until about June 9th or 10th to see the gameplay, and then you're going to be super duper hyped, man, because not only, in my opinion, not only are you going to say, oh crap, dude, this thing is not just good, but it is amazing once you finally see the gameplay. So just to go a little bit more depth here, guys, if you don't know what you're getting into for Bloons Tower Defense 6, well, if you go from Bloons Tower Defense 5 to Bloons Tower Defense 6, the main difference here is that the graphics got updated, obviously. We went from 2D to quote-unquote 3D, but most people are calling it 2.5D, because when you look at these little pictures right here, you can see that the towers are indeed 3D. They look three-dimensional over here, but that's really the only difference here. I mean, the balloons still look very two-dimensional. Some of the bigger balloons still fairly two-dimensional over here. You just have some buildings on here that are 3D-ish. So, you're really not getting anything too crazy as far as graphics go. They're still fairly similar. The nice thing about it, though, is that you're getting new strategy with this 3D aspect right here. You can get certain things that kind of get in the way. So that's the thing that I think is the most interesting about Bloons Tower Defense in quote-unquote 3D, is not the fact that it looks better, which a lot of people are seemingly upset about. It's the fact that it adds new strategy to the game, which is my most exciting thing. It's about the gameplay, guys. Who the heck cares what the stuff looks like? Obviously, it's a little bit important, but as long as it looks decent, but if the play is amazing, that's what you want, man. So that's the main thing here, guys, about the 3D action. Another con, actually, is the fact that we're actually losing. Oh, we're losing content over here, guys. Of course, we're gaining a lot. but we're also losing a little bit. And to decide exactly what we're losing and exactly what we're winning, we're going to have to hop in the game to figure out all that information. But as we speak right now, what we know right now is the fact that there's only 19 powerful monkey towers. Alright, now this is interesting because in Bloons Tower Defense 5, there's 21 towers. In Bloons Tower Defense Battles, there's 22 towers. So we're losing 3 towers from Bloons Tower Defense Battles. But on top of that, we're actually getting 2 new towers over here. So we're actually not losing just 3 towers. We're losing 5 towers from Bloons Tower Defense Battles over here. If you ask me, I mean, that kind of sucks, man. I don't even know what we're losing over here. Best guesses right now are probably the Dartling Gun. Possibly. Oh, man, this is a big one for me. The Banana Farm. And then the rest of them I actually don't know about yet. But, I don't know, definitely interesting to keep that in mind, man. That might be a con for it to lose some possible content from the other games. But here's another pro right here, man, is that each one of these towers now has 3 upgrade paths. So it's going to add a huge new depth of strategy over here, guys. We're not just talking about a little tiny bit of upgrade changes, just going to 5th tier, like, okay, like you're changing them just a little bit, you're getting an extra added tier on the top of this thing. No, now we have 3 different upgrade paths. So for each individual monkeys, the amount of possible combinations increases exponentially. You know, a 1-1-1 tower, a 1-0-1 tower, 1-2-1 tower. You know, we don't actually know how high these guys can go if they get locked out at the first 3rd tier or the first 4th tier. But it's definitely interesting to just note that there are 3 upgrade paths. So for each monkey, instead of 2 possible ending outcomes, we get 3 possible ending outcomes. And if you actually do the multiplication over here, man, we're definitely getting more possible high tier towers over here than we were in Bloons Tower Defense 5. So on top of that, there actually are tier 5 upgrades. What? Yeah, oh yeah, there's tier 5 upgrades, but it's interesting because they're so powerful here, that only 1 monkey can have them. We still don't understand that in its entirety, but we think that that means that there is 1 tower, there's not just 1 tower per map, but 1 tower of each type per map. So you could have possibly 19 different 5th tier upgrades, but we're going to have to wait and see and figure that out later on. Also, yeah, they might have taken out some towers, but they also added heroes. So, bam shazam, man, it seems like we're breaking even on content at the very least, if not multiplying it by a crap ton over here. So now we have heroes. There's 4 that we know of so far, and there may actually be more, and I feel like they're definitely going to update the game and come out with more after that. Something that sort of existed in Bloons Tower Defense 5 is the Monkey Knowledge System. Basically, that was the way that we upgraded certain towers to be super duper powerful with the specialty buildings. But instead of doing specialty buildings, we're doing a Monkey Knowledge System over here, which makes all of our different possible upgrades just a little bit stronger. Or also the tokens upgrades in BTD 5. And this is coming out on release, guys, not just a couple years after launch or something like that. We're talking about on release here. And of course, there's more awesomeness. There's new Bloons. You can play anywhere. It's single player, which is really nice for a lot of players. We don't have to play multiplayer. We don't have to be connected to the internet. So if you're out in the woods or something like that, man, you can still play that Bloons TD6. It doesn't really matter, but we got a lot of stuff going on right here, man. So the question is should you pre-order Bloons Tower Defense 6? And to answer that question, obviously, it's up to you. There's a lot of pros, and there's a few cons. Personally, if you're on the fence whatsoever, just wait until you see a little bit of gameplay, and then you can make the final decision for yourself. But I can almost guarantee you guys that this is going to be an amazing freaking game, and we are going to love it together. So, don't forget, though, you can also pre-order on your Android device. So you can pre-order both on iOS and on Android. Sadly, those are the 2 systems that the game is coming out for on release. Just quote-unquote on release here, guys. Eventually, we're going to get some more upgrades unlocked over here, or more consoles or ways that it's getting released later on. I think first and foremost, you gotta release that thing on Steam, right? So Ninja Kiwi, please, man, I'm begging you, release this thing on Steam as fast as you possibly can, port it over, and we will love you. We will pay the money for it. Trust me on that. Now, the last thing I just want to show you guys is something that's sort of interesting here that probably doesn't matter to you, but I just wanted to show it to you guys. If you look at iPhone over here, you can see all the different pictures showing all the different gameplay and the tech tree and all that other stuff. If you look at iPad, well, it's pretty much the exact same thing. It's just a little bit beefier. which is a little bit crunchier over here. But if you hit this button, iMessage. Oh my god. There's iMessage pictures over here, which really don't matter all that much for most people, but I'm kind of excited to see them. I'm kind of excited to use them. I just think they're kind of cool over here. So it's just another random kind of bonus that you get for the game over here. But anyways, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you press that like button for me. Hopefully, I kind of went into a little bit of details and in-depth discussion on whether you should buy Bloons Start Event 6 or not as a pre-order. Press that like button if you haven't, subscribe if you haven't, and of course, have a super duper delicious day.